First, fuck Big Mike and that dick that hang. West Palm, nigga, Mar-a-Lago is the gang. Locked up, tons of black fathers, that's a fact. I'll let Joe Biden say it though.
You ain't black.
Give it up, pack it in, sick of the cackling. Taking these around balls, way before Kaepernick. Locked them ever marijuana, you imprisoned them. You were smoking weed at the time, what a hypocrite. Montel Williams and Willie Brown. Guess you have a thing for Willies, bet your dad's really proud. A crisis at your border, ignoring the reporters. Under you and Biden, $1 was worth a quarter. The new world order really wants you in, but it's Trump 2024, we're about to win. Bigly, hugely, trust me, I would know it. I still can't believe you believe Jesse Smollett. I'm meeting with rabbis, pastors, preachers, cops, firefighters, God-fearing believers. You're meeting with RuPaul, transgender teachers, creatures, cutting off their primary features. I'm working for God, you work for the Grim Reaper. On Soros's payroll, they should call you Caesar, cause every time you speak, it's a big word salad. I heard in college guys called you hot to a Harris. They try to do me like JFK in the drop top. The party of defunded police loves the top cop. You give his laptop, Kamala Lewinsky. When you talk in public, you always sound tipsy. You make Pelosi sound like Einstein. Not a worthy opponent, but I guess I'll find time. Your bottom shelf Chardonnay, me, I'm fine wine. Look at California, you and Gavin cannot fight crime. Bailed out rioters during BLM, then a few that murdered people wasn't shown on CNN. But I'm not surprised, that's just the fake news. And we all know that they pay you, I stay true.
We did it, Joe. You're gonna be the next president of the United States.
Hello, and thank you for tuning in to the Boomer Bunker. I am the Duchess. Speaking on behalf of John Jamingo, everything we say or discuss on this show is for entertainment purposes. If you disagree with anything either of us says on this show, and you're not operating motor vehicle or under the influence of alcohol or narcotics, please feel free to tell us your thoughts in the chat. If you're listening to this as a downloaded podcast file, you can write to us at boomer.bunker@gmail.com or tweet us at boomer_bunker on X. My advice is to look at the world we live in, realize you complaining to us about it isn't fixing anything, and then continue on with your life. If anything we say during the show offends you, please feel free to watch a different stream, shut the podcast off, or smash your device with a hammer. Boomer Bunker is not liable for damages to equipment by choosing the latter. If you have made it this far into the show and have decided you can live with these terms, then by all means, give your balls a tug, slap yourself in the face a few times, grab a cup of whatever pisses you off, and please enjoy the show.
Welcome into the Boomer Bunker. I'm one of your broken hosts, John Jamingo. And alongside me, the always perky, happy, fun-loving, it's the Duchess.
Good evening. Perky and fun-loving, wow.
Perky. I say perky. Well, listen, I woke up today and I didn't even want to do the show. After watching the news and seeing what's going on, and I'm just like, come on, people. How is this presidential race so close? How? And no, not Brokeback Mountain, not like that, just broken. I mean, how can we have this many stupid people? Dumb. I mean, like, really, really dumb people. I don't know how to do it. I just don't know how it happens, to be quite honest with you. But
it's disturbing. I agree.
My ex-wife, who is a bleeding liberal Democrat, she drops my son off this morning, and she calls me, and we were talking about something, and she goes, "My God, electricity's up so high. I don't understand." And it is. It's about 30% higher than what it was last year, and it's a lot. It's a lot.
It is. It's a huge jump.
So I said, well, "Why do you think?" Again, why did I? I should have just went, but I didn't. I went, yeah. Why do you think it's so high? Well, it's because of the Trump tax cuts. I'm like, he hasn't been in goddamn office for
3.5 years later.
Tax cuts are still there. I said, what? You don't think it's the humongous amount of spending that the Biden administration's doing? I said, and not only that, and listen, I like my ex-wife. You know, she's very nice. I like her, but we just we disagree vehemently. Yeah, that's
Vehemently.
on political positions. So then she says to me, and this is the one where my eye started to twitch. She goes, well, you know, Trump, if he gets elected, he's going to, enact that Project 2025. I was like,
Oh my God.
I was like, Jesus. I said, you know how many
Brain
times that's
exploded.
been debunked? Oh, yeah, right. Yeah, I said,
That's the response. Yeah, right.
and this is the problem. This is the problem
know.
because
They don't care.
90% of the people, 100% of the time, 90% of the people, 100% of the time, get their news from like left-leaning CNN, and they get this and they say, oh well, it's
Edited
from the
clips.
news.
That's all they
and
hear.
it's got to be true because it came from the news.
Of course. Trusted
You know
news
what
source. I mean,
Sparky
come on.
says?
CNN doesn't lie.
Sparky says, did John and his ex-wife think differently politically when we were dating? Here's the problem, Sparky.
I don't think he cared.
When we started dating, we didn't even talk about politics. And I started dating her at the end of November. By the second week of January, we were engaged. We were married that October. It was like a shotgun wedding. With no,
you move fast.
Yeah, we moved fast. So anyhow, she's a nice person, but
Oh, Budbugger says send her on her dream vacation to sunny Aurora, Colorado.
oh my, we'll get into that too.
We'll
The
talk
governor-
about that later.
The mayor's like, oh, what are we going to do? And the governor's like, it's overblown.
Big deal.
No big
Just
deal.
guns. Just guns.
So, yeah. So today I'm watching people, and you know what really pisses me off is this election to me is more important than any other election, and it comes down to two things: are we a country where freedoms, the Constitution, the Bill of Rights matter, or are we just going to move right into a communist country, socialist country like what's going on over in Europe? Europe's gone. They've lost Europe. Europe has gone. I mean, just the amount of immigration that's been there, and they've lost it. I mean, France.
There's no control. There's no control. There's no like segue of, merging people into your general population. It's just that people have come in and just infiltrated and violently taken over.
Yeah,
I mean, they're overthrowing things. It's what's happening here.
Yeah, I'm going to do a
In
little
small
story
doses.
Here. Can I just take us back into story time? So listen, kids,
Story
gather
time.
around. Uncle
With
Jamingo.
Mr. Jamingo. Uncle Jamingo.
Uncle
I love
Jamingo. I'm going to tell you a story. See, back in the
Sit with
day,
Uncle Johnny.
we used to have boatloads of immigrants coming from Poland and Russia and all these people that were fleeing communism to come here. Jews that were being persecuted for their religion, and even Muslims that were coming over here because they did not want to be, or Christians that lived in Muslim countries where they would come over here and they were, to get away. And what they did was they came over here and they adopted the Western civilization. That's what they did. And we have it now. They come over here and they're like, fuck America. What? Get out. I swear to God. So we have these problems now, and they're just letting them in, and it's even worse. Like I just heard the Biden administration is now trying to figure out a way to get more people in from Cuba and Venezuela and all. I'm like, oh my God.
Well, we got plenty of opportunities for them. I mean, they'll be getting, they'll be getting $25,000 off on their house. If they're going to California, they're going to get a ton more money off the house. I mean,
now Bob says it's fear, fear, fear.
He's not wrong. It is a bit.
All right. Mike from Wheelbarrow Full of Dicks is over in the Rumble chat. And did I say foot loving? I don't think that. I don't think so. I don't think I said foot loving. And am I going to do the bit about Eric Zane calling the cops again because I couldn't find it in your podcast? What?
Well, it's been in the past
Mike,
podcast.
I got to worry about Mike sometimes. I really do.
That's okay. He's a smart
It's
guy.
the
He'll
last
figure it out.
episode. If you go download the last episode, it's right in there.
Yeah, towards the end, ish.
Oh, and then here's another thing. If you go to our YouTube channel, The Boomer Bunker over on YouTube, I cut it out, just that one section. It's right there.
Mike, are you following us on our socials?
Yeah, come on, Mike. What's going on with you over
Come
there?
on, get with it, Mr.
So-
Wheelbarrow. Let's go.
Yeah, and the other thing is, the press is just, as I always say, Jody B. ball washing the Harris Walls campaign. They won't ask them a question, a tough question. They let her go and do whatever she wants. Now tonight, or yesterday, or whenever she sat down with her support animal, Tim
I can't
the
believe
tampon Walls.
Yeah.
They did an interview
Support
with
tampon.
Dana Bash. Last interview Dana Bash did was with J.D. Vance, where she was very confrontational. How confrontational do you think she is going to be with Kamala today?
Not at
Tonight.
all. I could be. I can be hopeful that she'll push a little bit, but I don't think so.
I guarantee she doesn't. Sparky Toaster says that interview was scripted and recorded. It was. It was
Of course
recorded.
it was.
And then
course.
here's the other thing.
And
From
edited.
what I understand, because it's just coming out, it's going to go on. It's supposed to be going live at 8:00 tonight.
9.
So, or 9. I heard 8. but
sorry.
that's okay.
Okay.
9 o'clock. It's fine. Tonight it's going to go live, and I will bet somebody a Boomer Bunker T-shirt that she is going to just be so nice and so kind and so giving, and not fact check her on the bullshit like she was fact checking JD Vance when they did that interview.
Yeah, it's going to be.
Right.
gonna
And we
be
got
terrible.
90
It's just gonna be
days
boring.
and it's a dead heat. What are people thinking? What are we thinking? I don't know. So that's, part of it. Like I said, today I said to Duchess, I don't feel like doing a show tonight. I really don't. And she's like, okay, wait, hold on, calm down. We're doing a show tonight. All right, just so you know, we're doing a show tonight and we just won't do it. I'm like, okay, I'll just throw everything out I had and I'll just wing it. So then I always send Duchess not always, sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. I
You
send her
have
a
been the
note.
past few episodes, yeah.
Right. I sent her a note and she's like, that's the most organized note I've ever seen you ever put out.
It is. It was very detailed. For just winging it, it's the most detailed note I've ever seen.
Yeah. I mean, I just don't understand. I guess the reason it's so close is because the corporate media just happy dances and ball washes her. And then everything Trump does and J.D. Vance does, they just hammer him. It's just ridiculous. It is ridiculous. I want the press to go after both sides with vitriol. I want them to prove their points. I want debate. Like Robert Kennedy said, Bobby Kennedy said, let's debate these issues. Let's bring them out there and let's see let the people see what they're voting for here. And Kamala Harris is like, fuck that. If I tell them what they're voting for, they'll never vote for me.
I'm just going to make them feel good. There you go.
I mean, and then there's the other ones, and then there's the other people in this country that are morons because they're like, well, I think it's just time for a woman president. Okay.
Can we pick one that's good, though?
Not this woman.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
You see Ben Stiller, they stopped him in an airport. And he's like, it's time for a change. I'm like, well, the last 4 years have been Democrat. What are we changing? Like, I don't know what you want. I mean, out of the past 16 years, 12 of them have been Democrat run. So
Sparky Toaster brings up this point, and I'm not okay. So he says it's not close, but the media needs to brainwash the sheep into thinking it's close because no one wants to vote for a loser. Okay, all right, hold on to that thought here. What I think it is this the media needs it to sound like it's close. This way they can steal it. Just like in 2020. I don't believe that Trump lost the 2020 election. Oh, he's an election denier. No, I'm not. Go look at the stories that are coming out of Georgia, Michigan, Wisconsin, Arizona. Go look at what they did to the voting.
all the battleground.
So we hear this. The lady that was in charge of the elections in Arizona was running for governor. She was the Democratic candidate for governor. She should have
Katie Hobbs?
Katie Hobbs.
Yeah.
Right, because
I remember that.
Ricky Lake was running. Not Ricky Lake, another Lake.
Carrie Lake. Ricky Lake. Ricky Lake probably better.
Sisters. He was one of the Lake sisters.
I'm not a fan of Carrie Lake. I don't know why.
I'm not really.
She seems
fan
too
of,
slick. She seems too slick.
Well, that's how the media is. That's like J.D. Vance. Yeah. J.D. Vance is well thought out. He's a great debater. He's smart. He keeps bringing things back around and focusing on the issues. He doesn't allow himself to get trapped.
He stays on topic. I got to give him that, which I
does.
appreciate. Yeah.
And I just think that they need to say that this election's so close, this way they can steal it. It's a lot easier to take
Garners excitement for
couple
people. Like,
yeah, a couple thousand votes in the swing states. It's a lot easier to swing that with just a couple thousand votes and try to do if it was just. They can't do it if it's a blowout, and they can't do it if the people think it's a blowout.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm at right now. I think they're going to do it again. Mike says that Mike from Wheelbarrow Full of Dick says that he wants to see Kamala Harris on Call Her Daddy. Now that I'd like to see, I guess. I don't know. All right. And here's the other thing. Pro-life people, you fucking morons. All right, this abortion topic is a loser. I mean a loser. If this is the hill you're gonna die on,
right,
then you're just gonna ruin this country. All right, I get it. You do not like babies being killed. You do not like abortion. I get it. All right, and you know something? I support your right to feel the way you feel. And you know something? You should never be forced to have an abortion, or anybody in your family or anything like that. You should. But what you should also not do is force this down people's throats that would like to, in the first 3 months or whatever, if there was a whoopsie-doo, to maybe have that blood clot sucked out. That's just, okay, whatever way you feel. I mean, again, now they're like, well, if
so everybody's
Trump's
equal, everybody can make a decision on their own.
If Trump is going to be for
God's sakes,
pro-life, then we're not voting. Oh, sit home, because this is what I said. Listen, you morons.
Stop.
All right, if you decide to sit home and we get a Harris Walls presidency, and she
abortions for everyone.
Right, and she stacks the Supreme Court. You know what they could do? They could make abortion legal in every 50 states. And then what did you do? Because you got it now where each state can. Trump was smart. He said, you know what? I don't want this. I don't want to be talking about abortion anymore. It's a loser. It's a loser topic.
Loser.
I don't know why.
I don't care what they get done.
I got rid of the Roe v. Wade, and now the next thing you know, they're still talking about it. So it's in the States. I have nothing to do with it. It's nothing for me. God.
There you go.
Bob says, we need to have a free-for-all live stream election night. That's not a bad idea.
That might be fun.
That might be fun.
Do it Tuesday instead of a Thursday night?
Yeah, but I mean, again, these Christians, they think they're all high and mighty with this abortion thing. Sit home on one issue. What about the economy? What about your food price? What about all this
high and mighty
thing?
Christians? That's funny.
And then you're going to whine and cry after that? No, I swear to God, if they sit home and Harris gets elected, Kamala Harris gets elected, I don't want to hear a fucking word out of them. Not one fucking word. I'm done with them.
People need to vote. Like, everyone needs to vote. No matter what your thing, go vote. I mean, for God's sake, like that. There's not many things we can try to have an input on in politics.
I'm serious when I say this. Do we even need a president? Do we even need a president?
Right now, do we even have one?
No.
I mean, we got numbnuts sitting on the beach, and then Kamala Harris is stomping around. Who the fuck is running anything here? Who's in charge?
3 years.
He's an idiot.
Joe Biden has been just walking around sundowning in the White House.
Hells yeah.
All right.
And she's been lying about it, saying he's doing great, he's fine.
And so is everybody else, the media, he's fine. Yep. Oh my God, I can't believe you're saying this.
There you go. Sparky says Obama's in charge his third term. Absolutely.
Well, they hate each other. They hate each other. Obama and Joe hate each other. So I don't know. I have no idea who's in charge. But I mean, the country's still running. Joe's on the beach. Joe's in California. I'll tell you one place he ain't. He's in the White House. And the second thing is he doesn't even know where he's at.
He hasn't been in the White House in like 2 weeks.
There should be, and this is okay. So this is another reason why I've lost my mind and I'm broken. Where's the Republicans in all this? They just indicted Trump again. Where are the Republicans in this?
I don't know what is happening. Well, no. Hawley, I think, is
Josh Hawley?
I think he's doing an investigation on the judge's daughter with a money trail on that.
You're talking about the first one. That's the guy from New York that's going to try to sentence
The New
him
York
for-
judge. Yeah. Oh, I'm
Right,
sorry.
They're going to
Yeah.
throw to no, this guy Jack Smith, who's
Oh,
not
yeah,
even
that
a
guy,
special prosecutor, is bringing up more charges again. Where is? And then I'll tell you what. The day I'm cracking a beer open is the day they fire that fucking asshole Garland, Merrick Garland.
Oh, can you imagine he was going to be fucking Supreme Court justice, and Trump's like, I don't think so.
Yeah, and then
Nope.
What's his name? Mayorkas. Mayorkas.
Oh, he needs to fucking. You haven't seen him lately, have you?
Oh no, he's hiding like a cat.
They should send his shit to fucking Colorado.
Right.
Why don't you go help clean that mess up? Holy crap.
Jody be funny. Over
I just saw that. Yep.
He says the GOP don't want Trump to win either. No, but we do. And here's the thing. Guess what? We're in charge.
None of us want Kamala to win.
We're supposed to be in
So
charge. We are supposed to be in charge of the government. Where I guess in 1963 that went out the fucking window. I guess. What do I know?
1963 with the gunshot.
Yeah, that's right.
know.
When they killed Kennedy,
I said
when it was.
Yeah.
Listen, the government was thrown over. The government was thrown over in 1963. I think it was just we had another coup in 2020, and I think we had another coup in 2024 when they got rid of Biden. Harris has not received a single vote, and she's running for the president. How do you do that?
You're installed. They fucking stabbed him in the back like Caesar, man. They just like.
All right,
He'll
so
never heal from those wounds.
Right, and I mean this is why I'm broken. I mean the guy from Telegraph, the president of France, Macron. I'd like to take you to dinner, and then the guy flies in from They arrest him because they want access to his Telegraph platform because he won't allow them. It's all encrypted. They can't see what's going on. So this is what they're saying. And this is what I get a kick out of.
Right.
They're saying that Telegraph, the reason that because there's all this shit going on in Telegraph, child pornography, child trafficking, drug trafficking, all the things. Now, how do they know that? They don't. They have no idea because they can't get into it. They have no idea. So, but that's okay. They want that. This is why they say, oh, well, we want to get into it because we need to know what's going on in there. And he's like, no, this is not. This is an app. He left Russia for this. This is an app where people can go and talk, and nobody can find out what's going, and nobody can spy on them. So you're gonna have this with Telegraph. You know they're going to go after Elon Musk and X. You figure the guys from the leadership of Rumble is going to be the next one on the chopping block. Mm-hmm. This is what I'm talking about. Telegram. What am I saying? Telegraph? Telegram? What is it? I don't know. To be honest with you, I thought it was telegraph. Telegram? Tell us somebody.
Tell it like it is.
Yeah. So we can't, and the U.S. has been spying on us since 9/11. Boy, let's crash.
Telegram, by the way.
Telegram.
Yes.
Telegram. Okay, Telegram. Mm-hmm. If I was saying telegraph, then I apologize.
He meant telegram. Telegram.
Right.
Thank you, Sparky.
Anyhow, so I mean, this is why I was broken today. This is why I didn't even want to do the show. I'm like, why am I going to come on here and scream and cry like a little bitch? You little bitch.
But somehow you managed just a 30-minute rant, so you're doing all right.
Did I do a 30-minute rant? 23.
Yeah.
How dare you?
23. I'm not complaining about it, but it's. But for someone who's like, I don't want to do this tonight. Blah.
I don't. I didn't want to come in here and start the crying and all this.
Gordon just
stuff.
got here. Can we start over?
No, we can't start over. I can't do it again.
Gordon, you can't do that again.
I can't do it again.
It's a one and done for that.
All right, listen. I want to kind of bring the show. I want to turn the show around a little bit. All right.
Pivot.
We see this thing down. Oh, if you're listening, you can't see this, but we have a text line and a voicemail line. It's 856-477-1935. All right. And we got a text today. I was like, look at this. Look
Hooray.
at this. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So this is Louise. And Louise says, John.
Aw, thank you, Louise.
What would it take to get the Jimmy into Discord? You could even give him his own channel, Louise. Well, thank you, Louise. And, that was a great question. And here's the answer.
It's a good idea. Mm-hmm.
It's a great idea. The problem is He's old and he's horrible with technology. He is a big dummy when it comes to technology. He can't work his phone. He'd be fat fingering shit. He'd be over here. I can't get in. And you know,
Johnny, you got to fix this for me.
Yeah, and there are a certain segment of the population.
It's not where his talents lie. Yeah.
That they are stuck in their ways. They don't do Twitter. They don't do anything. They listen to that Fox News, you know, every 15 or 20 minutes. Where is that? Here it is. Every 15 minutes on Fox News. What are they doing now? Yes. So.
Let me go listen.
Yeah, Bob's the littlest groupie. She says she doesn't do Twitter. Twitter is, to me.
I love Twitter. It's fun.
That's where you get your news. That's where everything's happening on Twitter. All right. Facebook is for the olds. Just the olds are still on Facebook. The kids have left. The kids went to Discord. The kids are like, I can't stand my parents are on Discord or Facebook. So we're
like, Grandma, what are you putting up there? Yeah.
Yeah. Grandma's pictures of cats. So, yeah, Discord's wonderful. And like I said, we have a Discord, and I would love to show the Jimmy how to get into Discord. I mean, look. Deuce. I've been trying to get Deuce. Now, here's the thing about Deuce. Deuce is no dummy. If Deuce wanted to get into Discord, he'd be in there tomorrow. Boom. Yeah. He'd be right in there. And he, you know, and I think he would enjoy it, but what do I know? But then again, he doesn't. He's...
Well, he's living life right now. He's doing
he's
Corvette
living life
shows,
right now. He's having a great time in the summer. Oh, he just went to, every year in the summertime up in Carlisle, Pennsylvania, they have this big Corvette show. I mean, it's got to be one of the biggest ones in the country.
Probably.
And ever since I can remember, even before he even had a Corvette, I think he's been going up to Carlisle for the weekend. Well, this year he got a chance to go up there, and he took that baby. He took the grandbaby.
Of course, he took
that
grandbaby.
So
left everybody else behind. A baby in a car seat, and
so that baby was up there, and he was taking pictures, and it looked like he was having a good time. So he's out there having a good time this summer. So he's doing he's doing good.
Jody had an idea. Says you can read Discord to him. We could have a Jimmy category and be like questions and responses from the Jimmy, or just Jimmy-isms. Jimmy-isms would be funny.
All right, somebody write that down, because I'll do that. Johnny reads Discord to the Jimmy.
Johnny,
that could be a segment.
Johnny to the Jimmy.
Gordon says I'm still a Brand
that
X
was
fan.
inappropriate.
I'm a Brand X fan too. Oh, what did you do? Did you give us a boob shot? I missed it.
I may have, yeah.
Attention.
God damn it.
Did we get cleavage, guys?
I was getting my pencil pen thing is right behind us.
Oh, okay.
God damn it.
Well, you know what? I think you stirred the chat. Hold on.
Sorry, guys.
I got something. Here we go.
Hi, Duchess. I sure would like to diddle around with your plumbing.
Oh, God.
Yep.
Don't tease me with a good time. With Micro.
Paul who?
Look, Micro is my hall pass. Sorry, guys. He shows up at the door. I'll be like, gone.
Gotta
go. Gotta go.
Bob says, talk about your dirty jobs.
Oh, God damn it. That's so not what I meant to do.
Hi, Duchess. I sure would like to diddle around with your plumbing.
Oh, jeez.
All right. So that was the one. And then also, you can go to our website, boomerbunker.com, and you can leave us a review right there. And you know who left us a review? Eric Zane. Eric Zane gave us a 5-star review. And this is what
we should have had more stars. He could have given us more.
Yeah. This podcast is my secret pleasure. Apologies for pretending to hate it so much. I'm just jealous of the friendship you have. I wish I could say more, but my ego won't let me. Gotta go. Bosco's called and they need their fry cook.
Order up.
Order up.
Ding. Sorry. Any excuse to use that goddamn bell.
You know, it's funny because Eric is my guilty pleasure. He is my guilty pleasure. Like, I still go and listen.
It's terrible.
And, he's, the last couple weeks, he's really been off his game. So I was listening
Just
today.
the last few weeks?
And I had to go in, I pulled the video, and I had to cut it because he leaves such long pauses between everything. So here he is this morning. This is when he first comes on. This is how you know you're having a bad day. This is this first one.
You see me looking off to my left right now if you're watching this. I'm looking over, and there's all these faders. This is actually a legitimate piece of equipment. But I just don't know how to use it. I have no idea what I'm doing. I thought that this was going to make my life easier, and it's done nothing. It's made my life more difficult.
There's your
I am
Facebook
now a
user,
shittier
folks.
podcaster with an upgrade in hardware. I wish I was using the $250 piece of equipment I was using before.
All right.
So what does he have, like a mixer and shit? He has no idea how to use it?
So I'm thinking to myself, because I'm dying to know what kind of mixer he has or what kind of equipment this is. So he's like 250. So I said, maybe he got a Rodecaster Pro, or maybe he got a Mackie mixer, or maybe he got something like that, because that's like $750. Maybe that's
Bob says maybe that's where the yard sale money went.
Yeah. Apparently he got rid of the Zenith. And so how much do you think the mixer costs? The one, okay, so he got rid of the $250
KitchenAid
one.
mixer. Uh-huh.
How much do you think the new mixer costs? Now remember, Rodecaster Pro is $750.
Well, if he's working for the money, man, that's a lot of French fries you got to drop. So, so I can't imagine he's get paid anything less than. Well, I don't know. He's pretty cheap too.
Okay,
He's cheap. I bet he spent maybe $500.
$500. Bob says
Maybe.
$119
For what he has?
for the new one.
What he?
For the
Yeah,
new one.
maybe 500. So, because he said 250 before. So
Right, so 500. Right, wait to hear this.
I'd say
'Cause
maybe
this
500.
this was jaw dropping to me.
It was much simpler. This one is $2,000.
Oh my god! He spent $2,000. He doesn't know how to use it. Dumb fuck.
I can't understand. I don't know what he. Now, either he's lying, or it's some kind of other mixer that I
I wonder if the radio station gave it to him. Does he still do the radio station bit? Does he?
He
He does it
does.
from his house, right?
He does.
So they
but
probably
I
made
can't-
him get that. Maybe.
I have no idea what he would like.
$2,000.
Listen, before Rodecaster Pro came out,
fuck is he
before the
doing?
Rodecaster Pro came out, I bought a Mackie mixer, a Focusrite 8-channel audio interface, and every mic had its own preamp. Okay, and that was about $2,000. All that equipment together was $2,000. What the fuck did he buy for $2,000 he doesn't know how to work? And the whole time he's sitting over there as he's doing the podcast, he's looking at it. And I was like, I have no idea.
So Bob says 2,000. That's when two fools meet. Bob says, "Who believes he paid 2,000? I don't. I don't either. I think he's full of shit. He's making it sound like he's got all this high tech shit. He probably doesn't. Not at all.
Right.
And he says that Jam Synthetic says there's the return on all my advertising money I gave him. And Bob says he's let my friends build my podcast room type of cheap.
Yeah,
Yes.
That's right. Exactly. Well, okay. So here.
Great comments.
I got to find out.
Now, when it comes to operating a board or board opping, as
Hold on. Mike says $2,000. You still sound like a tired old lady.
Sorry, that made me laugh the second I saw it.
it's known, I am absolutely shitty at it. I have
Yes.
never been good at this, but I won't stop trying to improve.
Attaboy, Eric.
Oh, there's a positive attitude for you.
hang
Keep
in-
trying.
That's right. You got
Hang in
that
there, little
can-
buddy.
That's right. You got that can-do attitude, buddy.
Then we can wrap him up, send him to preschool. He's all good to go.
That's right.
Because of my shitty board work over the years, numerous times on the radio, the word fuck has been heard.
I get it. I get it. All right. So then,
From the rest of the people. Fuck.
let me just say this about Eric. There's something wrong with him. Like, I mean, he's got some serious mental personality, deep mental personality issues. Like, in other words, if someone says something to him and it upsets him, the way he goes after people is not normal. It really isn't normal. All right? I
He's a
mean,
bully. He's a petty little bully.
Right.
'Cause
In
he
other
feels
words,
so
he'll-
shitty about himself, he's going to take other people out.
Okay.
That can't do anything to him.
Exactly.
That's the whole thing. He goes after people that don't do shit or can't do anything.
Because he
affect.
has that show,
Yeah.
who are these free beers? Because you can't think of a better name.
Who are
and
these?
apparently,
Sad
every
efforts.
time he puts something up about these, who are these free beers? Somebody from that, and he goes over into their, he goes in
because he trolls over in their Reddit.
He goes over there
so
they know he's still there. And I remember that guy Eric Zane. Boy, he really looks like an old lesbian. All right, so but they don't mention him. And he said, "Listen, I understand why they don't mention me." He says, "But they pay attention. If they're not mentioning me, they're paying attention." Just
Not
like
that
when
much.
we do this stuff, Eric does not. Now, he's seen the Eric Zane phone call.
Hey, buddy.
He's seen that. He's seen, and he will not mention this. He will not mention us anymore, which is fine.
Maybe he will.
Now, I like it better when he doesn't, because we can still do this. He still hears it, and he just doesn't. He doesn't do anything. I love it. I love the fact that he doesn't mention us. So okay. So he did a free beer, and someone sent him a picture of Greg at the airport, and they were talking about his haircut. Now, look at that coif that Eric's got right there. I mean, that's a nice haircut, right?
It's kind of like Eddie Munster a little bit. If it was
So
black.
He puts it on his Facebook page, and somebody comments. The comment was, "Let it go." Well, that was horrible.
What?
Yeah, let it go. So here, again,
Don't
I
tell
cut
me
up-
what to do.
Right, here we go.
Yeah.
So some guy writes, "Move on."
Oh, move
So
on.
now I
I'm
have a
sorry.
way of doing things. Whenever I
Not let it go. Move on. Move on with the free beer and hot wings. It's been 6 years, buddy. Move on. Find something else. Do something else. Not Eric.
Let it go.
Because I make
Let it
money
go.
every time I have.
Oh, yeah, that's what he
free
says. He
beer
gets
and hot wings.
Patreon members.
I get
when people
Patreon
do
members,
it.
and I get every new member is $1,200 a year minus the Patreon cut. But here.
when something happens that I don't like. So here you go. I took a look at the guy who said, "Move on." What I normally do is I will
Now pay attention. This is what he normally does. Okay. Tell me this
boy.
isn't. He doesn't need psychiatric help.
look at them, like their picture, and what can I attack them on?
Are they fat? Do they have like a weird nose? Are they bald?
Do they
what
have
can
bad
I do?
hair?
Yeah, what can I
Look
do?
like an old lesbian?
Yeah, what can I pick on them about? Okay, so now he's trying to figure this out with this guy, because the guy said, "Move on." I mean, come on, move on. I mean, you have to say something back, right?
Of course. So let's
the fact
destroy
that
him.
Somebody just said, "Dude, move on." Not even dude. He didn't even dude him. He just said, "Move on." So here we go.
This dude looks like a fairly normal guy, some guy in New York. He's got a beard, he's got kids, and he's got this wife.
Bingo! The wife. I can't pick on the guy. He's a good-looking guy. He's got a beard. He's got kids. He's not fat. Looks like he's got something going on. What else can I pick on? The wife.
Who she looks like Shrek. I mean, seriously, if she put the green face paint on, she would be Shrek. Now I take move on as a personal attack. Fuck you.
Because it is.
This is my page. But if I just say, yeah, go fuck yourself, who gives a shit? I've done this before to people where they've attacked me. And I did the same thing that I'm telling you about right now. And I replied to their comment. And then they realized, oh, shit, he's really going low. And then they delete their comment so that it deletes my comment.
Oh, no.
I want you to know, on this one, I posted it, and something very rare happened. I was second-guessing myself from the beginning. Might be a little bit too intense. Might have to back off. But then I screenshotted it and sent it off to Tyler K.
Is that Kuiper? Tyler Kuiper? Is
No, it's just some guy named Tyler.
Tyler, okay.
Some schmuck who probably pays $10 a month.
He wrote back, oh, my God, holy shit. Chris
So
says,
that's
"Can
who
we
he
see
has
the
to get. That's who he has to get like a moral backing from. Or he has no friends. Tyler K is not Kevin. It's that's where he needs to get like, I did the right thing. I'm going to send it to some dude who listens to my show.
I think that one of the things that he was thinking about is if I go after this guy's wife, now I've got to worry about the females in my audience, the Megans, the Maureen's, what's the ugly fat one? Lisa? No. The sister of Maureen. Maureen's sister.
Linda.
The Lindas, the Stevies, those people.
We don't care.
Right.
Budvugger says it's not very tolerant for someone who's the father of someone in the Rainbow Brigade.
Well,
he oozes tolerance. Can't you tell?
correct.
He just
Unless
oozes.
you say, move on. If you say move on, well, my goodness. I mean, move on? Okay.
Or no,
Lisa's
I don't
also
have
offended.
Facebook.
She goes, "Hey now, he did not mean you, Lisa." John just can't get words out. Honest.
What did I say?
Well, when you were rattling off all the dipshits and all the dipshit ladies, you said Lisa.
Well, I couldn't think of her name. I knew it was the sister, and I knew it started with an L, and I said Lisa. I was not thinking of our Lisa. Wasn't thinking of her.
You're
I was
our
thinking-
Lisa.
Right. I wasn't thinking of our Lisa.
Okay. All right. Just
Sorry,
wanted to
Lisa.
clear the
Jeez.
air.
Good gracious.
Well, she's offended. So
John and his fat, lazy
tell
tongue.
John to move on. Move on.
Move on. All right, here we go.
Oh my God, holy shit. Chris says, can we see the pic or no? I don't have Facebook. Yeah, it's coming. Relax.
Listen,
Land the plane.
I've got 2 hours to do, and I don't have much content. I'm going to stretch
I got to
this-
talk slow.
I got to stretch this baby out. All right, just don't tell me what to do, or I'll be over there looking at your Facebook profile to find out what I can do about you.
Okay?
Okay.
God damn. You hyper fuck. Jesus. I'm getting there.
Kettle.
So I'm like, should I do it? I don't know. Now, a couple audience members responded poorly. One lady said, easy. I hate free beer, but this is too much. And that was the one that made me realize, uh-oh. And then another guy named Chris Kaminsky, who I remember, he wrote, this is even too mean even for you.
No, it's not. He's been meaner.
Oh, no. So
Bob says, "Who are these old lesbians?"
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh my
I started
God.
to feel worse. So I deleted it.
Land it.
But now here I am.
Coward.
And I'm just showing you this so that you know that my opinion still hasn't changed. It was too much of an attack. I know some of you are like, Jesus Christ, just show us. Just shut the fuck up. I'll get there. Maureen says, I'm not going to lie. I cringe when I saw it. She shouldn't be punished for his dumb comment. I'm glad.
He said, "Move on." What's the dumb comment?
Yeah, well, that's dumb. It's on Eric's page, so he's the king of his Facebook
Again.
page. So
He should come over to this chat.
if you
When I make a
disagree,
mistake.
Glad you deleted it. Okay, this is it. I wrote, Aaron, instead of wasting your time on my page, how about saving up your pennies and getting your wife a makeover? And then there's her picture.
Sick burn, Eric. Sick
Nice.
burn.
way to go after someone who has no
Right.
like
no way
some
of
poor
coming in.
victim. Yeah, nice.
Exactly.
No platform to defend themselves. Cool. Great guy. Great guy. It's almost like if somebody went on your page and took a picture of your wife and then shared it somewhere and said some shitty things about her.
Oh, then I would call
Just
the
saying.
cops. I would call the
Would
cops.
have you arrested for that.
I would send a cop over there to
They're
to
harassing.
intimidate you. Yes.
Yeah.
They're harassing me. They're
Yes.
over there in their Facebook group, and they're all sitting there saying, "What can we do? Go over and do your thing." Nobody said that. Nobody said that. Gordon says, "I just want to throat punch Eric." No violence. No violence. So,
Says
Mike
you.
says,
Okay.
hold on. Mike says, going after someone's wife for saying you should move on from 8 years ago is pretty bad. Don't get me wrong, though. It isn't as hurtful as sharing a garage sale post. That would be harassment.
There you go.
So anyhow,
Yeah, he's just a mess. So, okay. Well, that was
well, Mike says he reads his tweets on his show. Couldn't we just go read his tweets? We could. We could go read.
we
his
could
tweets.
if we weren't blocked.
Oh, that's right. I can't.
Yeah.
We can't. Yeah, we're blocked. He
Yeah,
blocked us.
I have other profiles, so I could go read them, but I don't care. I just don't care.
Mike says a 50-year-old a-hole hoping
Hoping that being a jerk will attract enough simpletons to make it to retirement. Good plan. You're adorable.
you go.
Oh, aren't you cute? He's with this can-do attitude.
Yeah, I know. All right, so then the next thing is I got tied up with the Who's Right trial that they had.
Oh, no, yeah.
Again, I'm sitting here minding my own business, and this guy
As
Max
you do.
reaches out to me and says, "Can you make a video? I have to go. I'm having a trial on the Who's Right podcast." And I'm like, again, I don't know this Max that well, and I'm like, oh, finally, he says, "I'll pay you $20." I'm like, all right, it'll be good content.
I'm not turning down $20.
So they
Gas is
have
expensive.
so they have the trial, and Nugget, who is also in our Discord, she's what, 19? Maybe she's 20 now.
She's still in college, so 19,
She's still in
20.
college?
She's a kid. Yeah.
So she gets.
She was in her dorm yesterday. Like, that's where she did this from.
All right, so
Well, that's what it
again,
looked like, yeah.
I gotta say, I think she's on the. I'll be honest with you, I think she's on the TISM scale. Like she's
got a
on the
little touch.
spectrum.
A little touch of the tisms.
So now Doug is on here and he's reading the charges, and Nugget she's got a camera, so this is what she does. Now Nugget's at the bottom right.
Oh, my God.
Creating potential confusion among customers and undermining the integrity and success of the original brand. Charge 3, cyber squatting. The charge Doug and Anthony at a profit, exploiting the podcast name and reputation for
I don't.
personal gain.
Yeah.
These actions, if proven, represent a serious violation of the loyalty and trust expected from the Who's Right Navy. How do you plead to these?
Yeah, she didn't care.
Not guilty, Your Honor.
Yes.
Like, that was the whole show was her doing that.
Yeah, she was just.
Mike says no audio.
I know. I turned it down because I turned the audio down for the simple reason is I just wanted people to see her. Now, there's Doug's trying to. Thank God he's looking down because I would have never been able to do that. I did that on purpose. I turned the audio down on purpose because I just wanted you to look at her making all these. I would have thrown her out of there.
Sorry for those listening. Yeah. You'll have to come back and find it on YouTube.
You can't unless you're on their Patreon. All
No.
right.
Well,
Doug
on
says, I
our
thought I was
YouTube.
tricking out. Sorry.
On
What's
our
that?
YouTube. On
Oh,
our
YouTube.
YouTube.
Boy, I'll tell you. Thank you, Duchess. Thank you for correcting me in front of everybody. Thank you.
Well, I just said you can watch it on YouTube, and then you're like, we can't do it on YouTube.
I'm
but you went on
seriously
with it.
saying yes. I'm agreeing with you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, here we go. So then this is the first video I sent to Max. Hello, Your Honor. Doug, Anthony, members of the jury. I'm here on behalf of Matt Stoffel.
Matt.
What a great guy. What a stand-up man. I mean, so many things I can say, so many nice things that I can say about him. I'm doing my best Kamala Harris word salad because I don't know what I'm talking about. What? Oh, Max Stoffel.
That was so
what a
funny.
Great guy. I just
Super funny.
I just want to come on here and say, as a character witness, what an amazing. Yeah, that's what I said. What an amazing guy, and I think that you couldn't have a better stand-up person. So that's my thoughts. All right. So I hope that Max gets a fair trial and is acquitted of all charges. Okay. All right. Thank you, Your Honor. All right. So there you go. So that was that. All right. Now
They're going to be
when
pissed
I
for playing
sent that
Patreon.
video, I sent that video to Max, and then as I sent that video to him, I said, "What if I just send one to Doug and Anthony, saying I don't know who this guy is. I have no idea who he is." So then I sent this to Doug. Hey, Doug and Anthony, how you doing? I just did a video for Max Stoffel. I haven't heard from the guy in since January of 2022. Also, out of the blue, he says he's in trouble and is on trial at Who's Right, whatever's going on over there, and he needed a testimonial. And I said, I don't really know you, but I don't think I can do that. And then he offered me $20, and well, $20 is $20. So
Nugget just
I sent him a
deflated.
video. Look, she's all mad now. She's like, damn it. she's just coming back into the scene. But really, I don't know him. I don't know what he did. And I don't even know anything about him. So there you go.
That
Like a
is
true
damning
stooge.
evidence that you are.
No.
When you take that evidence with the evidence of Tom the Tree Man clearly reading his pre-written statement by the defense, I had to think about which one. That
They're gonna be so
this
mad you're playing
whole
this.
case is a sham defense.
Hearsay.
Yes. And hearsay. This whole
All right. So now Nugget is his defense attorney, and she finally perks up because, and I'll be honest
Blind
with you,
leading the blind on that one. Holy
this
shit.
was not a bad defense. I have to say, I have to give this to Nugget. It was not a bad defense.
case is hearsay.
True, Bob. You did forget our plug. by
Comment?
the way.
Well, she
I have
doesn't
a
really,
comment.
You have to object.
No, your
Oh.
video.
Objection.
You don't have to fucking hit anything.
You
What?
don't have to bang the table. All you have to do is say I object.
I
Then you have to
object.
say what you're objecting to.
Okay. I object to the fact that isn't this perjury on his end because he just went
Whose
and
end?
John Jamingo's end. So
Yes.
he
No.
now needs a separate no, because he just said all the stuff that he said and he said it under God or whatever. And now
oath, but okay.
Yeah.
he's
Or
going
whatever.
back
Yeah.
and saying, "Oh, all this stuff." So how do we know? Because he just said,
No, he felt
Two
guilty.
separate
He
things.
felt guilty for lying the first time around.
"Yeah, but
So
he
came
lied."
forward-
He
that's
still
fine.
lied.
You are he-
correct that he will be up on charges separately, but that does not negate the fact that you paid your witnesses $20 apiece.
We did not pay anybody. Okay, he offered to
prove
pay,
that.
and that didn't. Go through your bank statements, Max.
Okay.
Oh my God. It's just enough. Okay.
All right. So, all right. I have this. I have the receipts. All right. I have the DMs. So, and I know it's small for you, but I will read this to you because it's kind of small. You can hardly see it. So, the last time that Matt reached out to me was January 29th of 2022. Then the other day he says, "Hey, John, I got a favor I need. I'm going on the Who's Right this upcoming Tuesday, and we are doing a trial as I am being accused by Doug for trust violations. Would you be willing to give me a witness testimonial for my favor?" Now, why would he ask me? Where did he think that my weight would have anything? So then my report says, "Honestly, I don't know you." He goes, "That's fair. It's been a couple of years. I basically just need a clip of you saying that Max is a great guy. He's very honest. Maybe make up some great stuff I've done, and I'll pay you $20. There it is right there. I'll pay you $20. And it will be very funny." I said, "Okay, I'll send you one." So So then I sent him one. And then it's like, "Hey, how do I get my $20? He goes, "Give me your PayPal information." I said, "Okay." And then I sent it to him, and he's like, "All right, that's fine." So then he sends me this. "Thanks, John. Beautifully done." And I go, "You're welcome. It's a freebie." So in other words, I wasn't charging him, but he offered me $20 to do it. So that's the crime. And the other thing is nobody swore me in and under oath, so I'm not under oath. There's no perjury. So, and what are they going to do? They're going to try to bring me up on charges over at the Who's Right place? I welcome it, to be quite honest with you.
Gordon says, because you're the best kept secret in podcasting.
I
That's
am
why
the
you
best
reached
kept
out.
secret in podcast. Whoops, wrong one. Hit the wrong
Oh,
one
no.
again. Oh,
There
no.
we go.
There
We're
we go.
back.
We're back.
Yeah, that was that was interesting to watch. I think it was.
Uh-oh, I'm
Yeah,
getting...
it's
Who did the "your"? Was it me?
Well, I said it, and then Mike. Yeah, you spelled "you're" wrong.
Did I?
You're welcome is YOU''.
Oh, it is. Yeah, you are
And you
welcome.
should
You're
know
right.
Mike's a stickler.
Oh, my God, is he a stickler?
Mike corrects everybody.
He does.
You're
Yes, he does.
YER.
Yes.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
Gordon, you are. You're welcome.
Hey, normally we do this at the end of the show, but I want to bring this up now.
Sure.
It's the 2024 miles in 2024.
Yes.
And I have tapped in a whatchamacallit, a
A
designated
designated
walker.
walker.
That's right, Mr. Decaf. Mr. Decaf is taking over.
Thank God.
He's pulling me in a wagon behind him. And I went from like 41 miles to 1,207 miles. Look at that.
In the blink of an eye.
I'm in motherfucking Nebraska now. Look at that, eh? That's not bad.
I've never been to the Midwest.
That's right. I've never been west of the Mississippi. Again, I can't believe how close you and Josh are. He's at 1,630 miles.
Yeah,
You're
we're about
only 40 miles behind.
Yeah. Yeah.
Budfucker says, Rickshaw John. God, if I could get a cartoon of Matt.
Oh my God, you got to find one. I have pictures of Matt. When I met him at Chowderfest, I can send you a picture of
He's
him.
the nicest guy. He really
He's
is.
so nice. Such a baby.
Yeah,
Baby
so
face.
he was in there telling you how many miles. I said, hey, could you do me a favor? Can I just use you? Can you be my surrogate designated walker?
Yeah. So we
yeah.
subbed him in.
There you go. Oh. Farkey says, I call bullshit on Mr. Decaf's miles.
They're pretty accurate. He's active. So
You
he
know,
runs.
if
does
someone
running
gets hurt
stuff.
and they run into first, if they get hurt, they get a designated runner. You know, they pull the guy out, they get a designated runner. I got a designated runner. What do you want from me? We're making up the rules here.
I'll make it up as we go. So should I read the recap from him?
Sure.
From Josh?
Absolutely.
So it's our end of the month. So he says, how do you do, fellow kids? As you all know, the Duchess has me run down over the past few months, and we have met up and have been hiking the Rockies almost side by side. Big stops for us this month have been hitting Mount Evans, home of the highest paved road in the USA, almost 3 miles above sea level. In Colorado Springs, we saw a 10-foot high, 16-foot long West Indian Hercules beetle nicknamed Herkimer. Finally, and knowing the age of this audience, we had to swing by the Mork and Mindy house on the outskirts of Boulder. Nanu Nanu. And bonus points if you say this correctly and do the hand thing. So Nanu Nanu.
Nanu Nanu.
It continues with Mr. Jamingo, like the Democrats, knew he was going to lose, so without a vote, decided to bring on a proxy walker to try to catch up. Thanks to the media, his likelihood to overtake us is on the rise, and his mileage increased by 2,400% this month. He and Mr. Decaf are already in Nebraska, hot on our heels. Tonight, they find themselves in Milford, Nebraska, home of the world's largest covered wagon. While we were in Boulder, we bought tickets to come back next month and watch the Steelers somehow lose to the Broncos in the next few months. Good luck drafting this weekend. I hope Bob doesn't steal your picks. See you in Vegas. Josh.
There you go.
Fantastic, Josh. Thank you.
Budvugger says
He writes these. And go ahead.
Venezuelans live in the Mork and Mindy house.
You know, Josh sends me these. He's like, oh, it's not really very good. Everyone he's written has been fantastic.
Nice.
I absolutely
Very nice.
love them. So thank you, Josh. You're the best.
All right, let's get into the Colorado thing.
Ugh, I know.
All right, so I have a video here. If I could, I need to find it. Where did I put it? There it is.
Bob wants to know why he would steal your picks. Oh, I don't know.
Now,
Bob.
Bob doesn't steal my picks. He just wants to get Jalen Hurts. He's had him for the past two seasons. I want Jalen Hurts. I have a feeling that Jalen Hurts is going to go off this year. I have a feeling because he's got
Off the reservation?
three really good wide receivers, and he can throw to what's his name? Saquon Barkley.
Saquon?
Barkley. Saquon Barkley out of the backfield. So he should have an amazing season this year, and the offensive line is killer. So I really do have a feel that.
Oh, maybe you fired up.
But anyhow, Bob is always drafted in front of me, and the first pick, Bob always picks Jalen Hurts, which
He does.
This year I want to get Jalen Hurts. I'm not saying Bob did anything wrong. I'm just saying, fuck him. I want to get Jalen Hurts.
So Budbugger says, who's drafting first? Well, we do snake draft, so
we'll
it's random order.
Yeah,
so,
it's a random order. The computer picks it. Which
we did
I
get
was
screwed
hoping
with
that we
Ayuk.
could go from
Yeah.
like who's the worst. Be honest with you, the worst should be the first pick, worst, and then move up. And then so if that's the case, I would be the worst, and I would get the first pick, and I would pick Jalen Hurts.
Oh.
All right.
Bob said he might not make the draft. He's going to be.
No.
Alabama's got their first game.
Oh, that's bullshit. He's gonna make the draft. He will do that just to steal.
He'll be on his phone waiting for his time, and then
Yep, that's what he'll do.
And we lost Ayuk, but you know at this point the Niners can fucking keep him. I don't even care. We got to move past it. We're dealing with Russell Wilson as our QB number one.
Who?
Russell Wilson.
Oh, that's right, Russell Wilson.
They picked him. They picked him over the kid, Justin. No, Pickett's gone. You got Pickens.
I got
Pickett. I'm sorry,
Pickett.
You got Pickett. We got Pickens. I was getting mixed
Pickens. Is that your the new draft pick? That's supposed to be the new
George Pickens has been there for a couple years now.
All right, so who's the number 2 quarterback that you guys drafted?
Justin Fields.
Okay. Oh, you got Justin Fields.
Yeah, we do. Who's not bad. He scrambles, but
right.
That they finally named. They had to pick one. And I'm like, so we'll see.
All right, so now to the gangs in Colorado. In Aurora, Colorado, they have Venezuelan gangs that have come over and they've taken over 3 apartment buildings. And this is allowed to be, and no one's stopping them, this is what blows my mind.
This is not Venezuela. Why is this happening?
Right, exactly. So here's the news report.
Y'all, thank you. We've been hearing about this for quite some time. Residents have shared their concern. We've heard this coming up at city council meetings there. Aurora said we don't have anything to do with this migrant crisis. They're trying to help because we just don't have the space. The hospitals were overwhelmed. What is it that you're seeing right now as far as this Venezuelan gang taking over now the migrant centers there?
It's unreal. It's unreal. Residents tell me they feel like they are living in a third world country at this point.
What does that mean?
They are going block
There's
by block.
brown people.
They are going apartment complex by apartment complex. They are taking it over. I think the city doesn't really know how to handle it. So the city is burying certain properties that have been taken over by this Trende Aragua gang, burying them with code violations and playing it off as if this is just simply code violations. But this gang, they are marking their territory. They are putting up their gang-related graffiti on the blocks, on the areas that they have taken over. And quite frankly, I have heard too many stories from too many property owners, business owners, and residents to think that this is anything other than a complete gang takeover in parts of our city.
Like what?
Okay.
How is this happening in the United States? How do we allow this?
Well,
if your grass grows too much, there are code violations on you. Code violations? They're literally like, we don't care about no stinking codes.
Well, the thing is that they voted. This is one of the most
liberal
democratic states that there is.
No, yeah, my brother's out in Colorado. Woo.
And what they're doing is they want to defund the police, right? This is what you get when you defund the police. Here's the other thing. To be quite honest with you, the police don't want to go in there. These guys are armed. They've got automatic, they've got...
they got better guns than the police, probably.
Yeah, they have automatic weapons or semi-automatic weapons. They don't want to go in there and have a gunfight in an apartment complex. They don't. So here we are. So what do you do? What do you do in this situation? I'll be honest with you. What you do is you wait for them to come out, and then as they come out, you start snagging them one by one.
Yep.
And then sooner or later, you're going to have to do something to get them out of there. I don't, because they can't, there's people that are trapped in there that they can't get, they're trying to leave.
I know.
The people that aren't the gangs, they're trying to leave, but they don't have enough money to leave.
I know.
Meanwhile, the immigrants are getting money from the government. The government, they should give that money to these people to get out so they can get out of there. And once all the honest people are out of there, they just shoot it with a rocket like they did in Gaza, and knock one building down and say, "All right, you little you cockroaches, if you don't get out of the second 2, we're going to take them down too." Be quite honest.
Yeah, this is very it's disturbing. It's disturbing that we as the local politics here, they just sit back and let it happen. And we're going to give money to people who are looking to buy their homes. We'll give them $25,000. Let's save that $25,000 and let's clean up some of these cities where there's rampant crime. I mean, this is insane.
Gordon
how
says,
is this even
seen a video on X where they've taken over the apartment complexes. Yes.
Yeah, it's insane.
Right.
How does that
then
happen?
Budvugger says there's another video on X at a Target near the apartments and it's trashed.
Oh, I bet. Oh my God.
But let's vote blue. Let's vote blue.
And those poor people who live there, who are, like you said, they're trapped. They're trapped.
Yeah, they can't get out.
Can't escape.
Mike says the situation grows like a cancer, and we just choose to ignore it.
Wow.
Should we be surprised when someday it becomes uncurable? Yeah, and the the first thing they want to do is go after your weapons, weapons of war, they say. Why? The police can't protect you. So you're supposed to sit there and take, and what are we supposed to do? It's very hard to send in, like, I think what they should do is get as many SWAT teams as possible and go in and take every building and take every one of these people out. Go in there, clear them one by one, and just start taking them out. That's, if John was in charge of it, if John was president, I would get SWAT. I would bring in as many teams like that. I'll be honest with you, I'd bring in special forces. I'd bring in special forces and go and say, go get them.
You have to. How do you not?
Right.
Yeah.
You have 24 hours. You have 24 hours to come out of there. And then after that, we're coming in. And there you go. So that's exactly what I would do. I mean, this is the policies of the Harris-Biden administration. You know, the other day, they're trying to distance, Kamala's trying to distance herself from the Biden administration. And I got to bring this up because our nitwit senator from New Jersey, Cory Booker,
that moron.
was on with, fake tapper, fake yapper, Jake Tapper.
The fakest ever.
And when you got Jake Tapper going after a Democrat, you know you're fucked up.
A new chapter? I mean, she's the incumbent vice president. Democrats have controlled the White House for 12 of the last 16 years. How can Democrats talk about a new chapter turning the page? You guys are the ones writing the book.
Nah.
Well,
science. Here's a process like, fuck.
Yeah, what do I say to this? How do I work? God
How
damn
do I
it.
spin this into nonsense? Let me come up with a stupid ass answer.
Did anybody tell fake yapper that I'm a Democrat and he's not supposed to talk to me like that? That's the way you're supposed to talk to Republicans.
You know that's not true, Jake, because you know politics like I do. Right now, we see the
It's not true.
Did he say you don't know politics like I do?
Wait, hang on.
What?
I got to
Go
back this up.
You know politics like I do. Right now, we see
put him in his place.
Yeah, but not only that, I'll go back to this.
Writing the book.
Well, you know that's not true, Jake, because you.
What's not true? That the Democrats have been in power, has been in the presidency for 2. So Trump was in for 4. The Democrats have been in for 12.
12 out of 16 years. These
Right.
past 16
and that's what
years.
Jake just said. And then Cory Booker over here says, oh, you know that's not true.
Yeah, we're fine. We're fine.
You and your
He's
fucking
doing great.
facts.
Yeah.
Yeah, you and your
Stop.
facts.
In New Jersey, I'm eating great. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Politics like I do. Right now, we see the MAGA Republicans in Congress killing all kind of pragmatic policies that we need to get done. On the most contentious issue, we had a bipartisan deal settled on by Senator Lankford, a right-wing Republican, and Chris Murphy, a blue state Democrat. And what killed that deal? What killed the pragmatic progress? Wasn't the sensible Republicans, but really people that were kowtowing to Donald Trump. His influence is egregious and incredible.
Again,
Egregious.
they're talking about
Big words.
What they're talking about is that border bill, which was a sham. The border bill was just a sham. What it would do, it didn't stop anybody from coming in. What it did was it got them to process them in faster. That's what
so
that
we
bill
keep
was
taking
for.
more.
Yeah, so they could
go
get
back to
more.
that picture. Go back to the video. I put that back up. Just the look on Jake Tapper's
A new
face
chapter? I mean, she's
when you have him side by side when Booker's finished speaking. Look at that face. He's like, he's like, look. He's giving him one salty attitude look there because there's because he basically told Jake Tapper, "You don't know what you're talking about. You don't know politics like I do."
So why doesn't Jake push back and say, you know, they had remain in Mexico. The day one, Biden came in, he stopped building the wall. He got rid of remain in Mexico. He has been moving people through. They know that it is open season to come into this country, and nobody's going to stop them, and they're all coming here. Why doesn't he? Why do they not push back on him? If this was a Republican doing this, they would have been all over him.
They'd be all over for sure.
Like white on rice.
Do you see at the top of that where it says Newark, New Jersey?
Yes.
So Newark is for anybody who doesn't know, Newark is an urban type city in New Jersey. It's Newark Airport is based out of there. There are parts of it that at one point it was a beautiful city years and years ago, and it just kind of is now very run down, very urban, and unfortunately not in great condition. There's some business in there, and the state has some buildings in there, and like I think doesn't Camden have a place in Newark? So, but anyway, he's in Newark, New Jersey, but he's in like a green screen room. He should be on the streets answering that.
Yeah.
They should put his ass in the middle of fucking Newark and make him answer questions.
Right.
Newark.
Sparky says Obama ran on change as well. This is old news. It's called, and Bob says, it's called the Biden-Harris administration for a reason.
Oh, yeah. I love to hang it on her.
Right.
Yeah.
They want to credit Harris for any accomplishments and charge Biden for any failures in the effort to put distance between the two of them. Yeah, exactly. This is exactly what
But there are no accomplishments. But there's no accomplishments for her to tout. Like, what has that administration done that she can be like, I had a hand in that? She voted for tiebreakers that continued to destroy the American public who had no money.
She was the tiebreaker. And, I'll be honest with you. I blame Trump for that because when Trump lost the election, he told people in Georgia not to go vote in that runoff
Why would you say
Senate
that?
election. And now we ended up with a tie. And again, the stupidity in this country is just amazing. So speaking of Texas.
Oh, can I just address what Gordon said real quick?
Sure.
Gordon says NERC. For people... Yeah, they say it quickly, so it sounds like it's Newark. So it looks like Newark, but if you say it quick enough, it's NERC, like Newark. NERC.
Budbugger says Harris had a rally in Atlanta today, and she had a Bidenism.
She did.
Oh, what was the Bidenism? What did she say?
She
just half a loaf.
She glitched. She said she started to say, I think the Constitution, but drifted off into she jumbled something what she was saying because she's stupid and can't remember her talking points. So I'll find it and we'll share it later, or I'll share it in the Discord.
All right, so Governor Abbott announces over 1 million ineligible voters removed from the voter rolls.
Yep. I'm so happy I found that.
Right. So over 6,500 were non-citizens, 6,000 voters who have felony convictions, 557,000 voters that are deceased, 463,000 voters that are on the suspended list, 134,000 voters who have responded to an address confirmation notice that they had moved, 65,000 voters who have failed to respond to a notice of, is that examination, I guess?
Yeah.
And then 19,000 voters who have requested to cancel their registrations. So that's 1.1 million. Okay. Why isn't every state doing this? Why isn't every state going through? What else do they have to do with these elections?
That's a good question.
The same thing that's going on here in New Jersey. I know for a fact.
That's their job. That's the Board of Elections. That's your fucking job. Go through the rolls all the time. Not wait till 3 months before the fucking election.
Right.
I don't understand.
Oh, here we go. We got a bunch. Here's all the deceased voters. They can vote Democrat.
Yes.
Voter registration.
Yeah, several times, by the way.
Bob says voter registration by the deceased people is up 3,000% since Harris got the nomination. I don't know if I can confirm that, Bob, but I like the way you think. Why doesn't Abbott look into how these names got on the list? Well, okay. I can see there's the reason some of them have moved, some of them have died, okay?
It takes time to go through it, I'm sure.
It does take time. And then the other thing is when you get a driver's license, they automatically register you to vote there. And they should not be giving driver's license to people that are not, that don't have
citizens.
a green card. Yeah,
They're not citizens. Yeah, they're not natural. The problem is, anybody who has, because they're just, I think in Wisconsin, the fucking dipshit Tampon Timmy signed the bill where they could all get driver's licenses. Welcome to America. Everybody can drive. I'm like, can you speak English? Can they even speak English?
Sparky says Harris vapor locked.
Yeah, Bob put up, if you go up a little bit or down. Oh, right below it. Yeah.
I'll say it again. They want to tax us for I'll say it again. They want to tax us for unrealized gains. I'm going to claim children I haven't had yet. Ooh, look at Bob. I like that. Okay, here's what Bob said. She said, here we are today and tomorrow. We will be where we are tomorrow, but tomorrow is tomorrow and today is today.
Oh, my God, I can't.
Well, who can argue with that?
She just talks. It's like Confucius. Like, it's just like she's like a fucking fortune cookie gone bad. Like, she just says shit in a circle.
She's like
Confucius say.
Confusion say. Confusion say.
There you go.
Yeah, so that's what I said. They want to get it. They want to get it close, so they can steal it. That's the big
ridiculous thing. Well, that's why everybody's getting driver's licenses. So they're like, we have ID, we have a driver's license.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, burdened by what has been.
I meant to do this in the beginning, and I didn't get a chance to. I want to say to Dean. Dean lost his mother today. She passed on, and I just want to say, from Duchess and I and the fans here, that condolences to you and your family. We
so
feel
sorry.
bad. I didn't see him in the chat here today, so I have a feeling he's probably taking care of things. And we're thinking about you, big guy. We're thinking about you. So, what else is going on? I'm trying to remember. I think that's about it. I mean, I have this one other story that I was going to do. And then Mike Pellerito, I found out today that he had one of his dogs passed away today.
I know, a poor baby.
And, but the nice thing about that is, especially when you raise dogs, he's got some pups out of that line. So, that line will stay on. So there's this story out where a police officer shot a dog. And now I don't know whether I should do the damn story. Now I know Duchess doesn't want to see this story.
I definitely don't want to hear it. But
all right. But the thing is, the reason I want to talk about this story is because of what happens when a dog gets shot. And I want to take a look at this thing. And what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to stop it before there's any shooting or anything like that.
Oh, my God. Okay.
But what I want to do is I want you to watch what goes on here as the police officer is trying to, he wanted to, hey, he put his hand out to show that he wasn't a threat. And that looked like that dog was going to try to bite him. So here's the first view. This is from the family's house, the family cam.
Mike says it's okay, by the way.
So the cop's walking up to the property, and the dog sees it. Now, the dog is probably trying to protect the family. I get that. This dog is probably trying to protect the family, but the cop doesn't know that, and the cop doesn't need to get bit because the dog don't know what's going on here.
Is the dog tied?
No. So now the dog takes off, and he's running. Now the cop puts his hand out. Hey. Now the dog's trying to bite him still. Now, listen to this. Listen to the dog. Listen to how the dog sounds. I mean, so that's
it's not friendly.
That's not friendly. So the cop steps back, pulls out his gun, and shoots the dog. And then the dog runs back to the porch and basically dies on the porch. And the kids are screaming. The wife is screaming. It's not good. So the first thing we want to do is they want to fire the cop. They want the cop brought up on charges for cruelty to animal.
Mike says stop resisting.
Stop resisting.
Oh, my God. Mike.
So what I have here is I have the body cam of this is what the police officer saw.
Okay.
All right. So it says, all right, warning. See, Duchess, warning, sensitive content.
Okay.
Content.
All right.
So.
All right. Bob says don't play it because of Twitch too. So don't finish it.
Okay. So this is what happens. So this is the cop.
Is he? Oh my God! Hey, it's okay.
Oh, that was a fast reaction. Oh my God, that's so fast.
Well, I mean, let me back that up. I mean, listen to that dog.
It's okay.
Now, let me ask you this question. You're a dog lover. Not like that.
No, Bugger says apparently he was a black dog in a white neighborhood.
If it was a white dog, it wouldn't have been shot. No. All right. So you see the video. Do you believe that the cop was justified?
Really? You got to think? I would think at that moment Yeah, I mean, it looks not good. It does not look good. I could see being afraid of a dog it's coming at you. I mean, and you have to make that, it's so easy to look back at videos and go, he should have done this, he should have done that. Nobody wants to get bit by a dog.
Right.
Like it wasn't little enough where you could like kick it. I mean, it was
the dog, and the
a
dog,
healthy
and
sized
he's like,
dog.
hey, he put his hand down. He put his hand down
Yeah.
like he's not, he's not a threat. And she says, couldn't
Should have
he
been
use a
restrained,
taser? I don't know. I mean, does he have
Do they
a
work on
taser,
dogs?
number one? And number two, what if he tases it and the dog bites him? Again, I think at this point, you've got to protect yourself. I really do believe you got to protect yourself.
Yeah, maybe another moment or two, because I mean, his tail was wagging.
I mean, that bark. I'll be honest with you.
That's a scary bark, though. But I've heard scary barks. My daughter's dog, she has 2 dipshit dogs, pretty decently trained, but their barks are terrifying.
Our audience is making this racial. Budvugger says if it was a white dog, they would have deployed the taser.
Oh,
Mike says, I'm really on the fence.
Yeah.
It is justified, but he could have let it play out a little bit longer.
Maybe another couple seconds, but I don't know.
I would have shot the dog as he was coming across the yard.
Well, we know you'd shoot it.
I'm not getting bit by a dog. The dog's not on a leash. The dog's aggressive. It's running at me.
It also didn't look like their yard was fenced. Like that looked like a
Another
wide
reason.
open property.
Right. Why are they allowed to? Why are they allowed to just let their dog run free without a leash?
I mean, it hit the sidewalk. The cop backed up. It was in the street at that point. Like it was, or it looked like it was. Like he had backed far enough up towards his car. But like I don't know. You gotta keep. Cop should have a tennis ball in his belt. Yeah, as a dog owner, you're responsible for your dog. Like you gotta train it or keep it on a leash. Oh, of course, here you go. Aww.
While the officer was responding to the call, he came upon 2 children on their bikes with a dog off the leash. The officer, while in his squad car, asked the children to put the dog on a leash. The officer parked his squad car behind a neighboring residence in an alley and approached the adult present to inform her why he was speaking to the children. Upon exiting his vehicle, the video shows the dog run out of the yard towards the neighbor's yard, the officer standing near the alley. The officer report complete as part of the call for the services. The dog charged me at full speed, barking aggressively at me. I overheard the woman say, "Oh no." I began to back up, holding my left hand out in hopes the dog would catch my scent and back away from me. The pitch of the dog's bark changed to a threatening bark. The dog continued barking at me, baring its teeth at me. I observed the dog to be salivating from his mouth. The dog lunged at me multiple times, snapping its teeth at me in an attempt to bite me. I dodged the dog multiple times as it lunged me while it snapped its teeth. This put me in fear of being seriously injured. I drew my service handgun and continued to back up. The dog lunged at me. As I was backing up, trying to bite me, I discharged my firearm, twice striking the dog. There you go. So...
And the body cam supports his statement. So.
Yeah. And there's Nick.
Oh my God.
Nick was on the porch.
Why was the dog not leashed? That's a
There's-
big. If this dog was on a leash, this never would happen.
Right. And then the other thing is I understand the dog was probably trying to protect its owners. It's just a horrible, horrible scene. Terrible, terrible scene.
Yeah, it's yeah. The owners did the dog a disservice by not having him on a leash in an unfenced yard. So, Mike says, I bet they didn't pay as much as I did to put the dog down. Well, they just had the cops shoot him. Like, oh.
The cop should have had a tennis ball on his belt. Throw the ball. If Kamala had a dog, it would look just like that dog.
Apparently ran over
Gordon
another
says,
dog.
I love dogs, but I ain't going to get bitten.
Yeah. Well, that's it. You don't know what other people's dogs have or don't have. Like a lot of people that still get like junkyard dogs and they don't take them to the vet. They don't care for them. They don't give them shots. You could have somebody's filthy dog and you don't know. You have to make that judgment call. It's a shitty call. That's a terrible call. I would not want to, but then I don't want to get shot or get shot. I don't want to get bit. Like that dog was, I would be very scared of that dog. Like the cop was obviously nervous, but I don't like big dogs running up to me.
Budweiser says he ran over another dog a few months ago. He's obviously a cat person. I know there was another incident, but he was also cleared of that incident too. I don't know if the dog ran out or whatever, but
seems like the neighborhood really should put their dogs on leashes.
Yeah. So. Bob says black dogs matter.
No, they do.
There we go. All right, everybody. I think we're going to wrap it up there. We appreciate you being here. Again, text, voicemail, 856-477, anything, 856-477-1935.
There you go.
Any stories we have, you have a reaction, you want to text us, you want to send a voicemail.
Yeah.
Please do that. We would love to hear from you.
And they share stories in our Discord, so thank you.
Yes, and our Discord. That's right. Why don't you come over to our Discord? If you go to the show notes, there's a link to the Discord.
There's a link in our chat.
Check it out.
If you're here live, yeah.
Bob says, I text the bunker line. Okay, well, I will check that out, and that'll be on the next episode of The Bunker this Sunday. Now, are we, Saturday night at 8 o'clock, are we doing live draft coverage as we draft for our fantasy football? Can you do that, or am I doing that by myself?
Could we do that in StreamYard? Then we could just have anybody who's in the draft could just join us?
StreamYard. We can do that in StreamYard.
And then we could just keep whoever's doing the draft.
Well, we could do it in StreamYard,
internal.
or we could do it here, and we could bring them in from Discord. We could bring their voices in from Discord, too. So, there you go. Gordon, thank you, Gordon. Gordon put the phone number right in the chat. Thank you very much.
Budbugger says he called, but it was a Domino's.
Domino's.
I don't like Domino's, but I miss Domino's. I don't eat it, but we have so many good pizza places up here. I can't do Domino's.
No, that's true, too.
My kids do. Ugh. My one daughter. She's like, it's fast. She's like, you know what? It's fast and it's cheap. I'm like, okay. Well, yeah, but
it's cheap.
No, she's 24. She doesn't know any fucking better. Well, you grow up with pizza all around you, so you don't care.
Right. All right. Well, I guess that's it, right? Is that what we're doing? We're all done here? We'll hit that music.
I think we're done. Yeah.
All right. Thank you so
tune
much.
in. The debates will be on. Or the discussion interview. That nonsense.
Yes, I want to see what that interview is like.
It's loud.
I'm sorry, I didn't get to the button fast enough. I'll fix it in post. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for hanging out with us.
Always awesome. You guys are the best.
We
love you.
Saturday night, we will be on here doing the draft for the NFL.
Absolutely.
Bunker Fantasy Football League. And then Sunday, we'll be right back here doing a show again.
We can share that link in it. We can do a chat with everybody who's in our Discord and then just message the link out to whoever wants to.
Yes, 8 p.m.
Or whatever. We'll figure
Saturday,
it out.
8 p.m. Eastern Time.
Yes,
That's
sir.
it. Get three shows this week.
Wow. You guys are lucky.
Punishment. Yes. All right, everybody. Broken Jamingo out.
Good night.